Yeah, why not? You are the guy.
Well, what I would say is that there has been, in the history, there has been confiscation of gold and attempts to do that in other countries. Try and do that in India. The ladies of the country would organize a violent revolution, not just a silent revolution. I would say that it's actually, the difficulty in investing in financial assets. The problem is this, that Ashish began by defining investments. When he was doing so, I was thinking that suppose if I could define investment as a deferred consumption with a hope that the pie would be larger at a later date. But there is a catch. What is the catch? The catch is that my objective may not be fulfilled. It may actually backfire. It may become smaller. The problem here is that, suppose if you buy a car, you buy a house, you buy a gold jewelry ornament or anything, that is something tangible. You have at least used it. Even if somebody has cheated you, if the stuff is not all that bad, you have used it. But in case of financial instruments, it's just a number. It's a statement that you receive. But it is not the bank savings account or FD statement. At least the nominal value is protected in those cases, but in other cases of financial assets, that is not the case. So it is still very difficult to convince Indians to actually get away from gold and think about something else. And over and above that, there are n number of scaremongers amongst us who would say that the world is going to the dogs and you better keep physical gold. I don't know, sometimes even central banks fall into that trap. And one of the contrarian indicators that I use is that when central banks start buying gold, it generally picks out. Check it out when it touched $1912 per troy ounce. That time, quite a few countries' central banks were buying gold. Gold, after 1981, in my view, now I am talking qua technical analyst. In the capacity of a technical analyst, I would say that gold has picked out. So as an investment, it doesn't worth keeping at your, it is not a good investment at current juncture. But can you convince somebody who is wanting to have both gold jewelry, he or she would use, and that would be also a good investment. But little do they realize that when you go to sell gold jewelry, you will actually find that a huge cart you would have to accept, because it is jewelry, it contains other stuff, so you may not get the kind of money that you are likely to. Even if you try to sell hallmark gold, it is very difficult. Even then there is a cut. That's what I'm saying.
Because the hallmark gold will say that it's 22 carats.
Anyway, I think we are running short of time. The convener is here.
One or two, maybe.
One or two questions, please.
But with you should not expect big answers. Very small answers.
Only one small thing. This perennial fascination with the yellow metal that Indians have. The result is a huge current account deficit that India keeps running, and it's becoming wider and wider and wider. And one of the reasons why the price of gold kept going up is because of the fact that India was one of the largest buyers of gold throughout that period of time.
Including China.
Including China.
Can we have questions? Yeah. The mic, please. Yeah, Shuja. We'll have small questions and small answers.
Just a small question. Ashish said, plan to live to be 100. All right, that's a very good target to live towards. But there is no medical insurance coverage for old people that will give us a sustenance. There is no industry, no insurance company which is trying to cover old age people, especially their medical insurance. So what does one do? Because if you had an insurance coverage and you stopped it because you were being covered by a school or an organization.
Can I answer your question?
Yes, please tell me.
You know, the IRDA, the authority on insurance, has already ruled that if you have an existing policy, it will continue until the day you die. Right? The only change that they are allowed to do is to increase the amount of money that you have to bear when you actually
the premium is much higher, and also the coverage is completely brought down. That
no,
is
the coverage is not brought down, madam. Now you can have a top-up policy, and the top-up policy given by Max Bupa is to the extent of 50 lakhs. You can have that policy.
Thank you.
But the cost of coverage will be high. That is true. The cost of coverage is going to increase with age. That's something that you need to recognize.
Thank you for raising these questions. Maybe next time we will have somebody specialist on insurance also.
Any other questions, please?
Yeah.
As a senior citizen, I'm getting about 9.8% on my fixed deposit. If I invest in mutual funds, they're offering around 8%. What is the benefit of a mutual fund under these conditions?
Bhavani, don't give it to a professional, because he will go off on a tangent. You know, the answer is very simple. Today, you are getting more as an interest. Tomorrow, you may be getting more from the mutual fund. So it keeps varying.
No, Bhavanida, it's going to go down. That 9.75 you're getting from Axis Bank is going to go down sharply.
Yeah, one more question. Can we have? Can the mic be given to Deepak Agarwal?
I think somewhere the concept that...
My question is with Rajat Da.
Just
a second.
Was that this 8% question, I think we are confusing debt mutual funds, equity mutual funds, everything put together.
No, debt and FD. He's telling that in FD he is getting 9.5, and in a mutual fund he is getting 8.5. So why should he go for a mutual fund? And the answer was,
two differences.
Yeah,
one will be
the
tax
answer was,
efficiency, and second will be the interest rates.
Yeah, the next question.
मेरा क्वेश्चन रजदा से है कि वो चूंकि टेक्निकल एनालिसिस को सपोर्ट करते हैं, उनके उसके बारे में उन्होंने कुछ भी नहीं बताया, तो मैं सिंपल एक चीज पूछना चाहूँगा. आई विल आस्क हिम कि वेदर द मार्केट हैज बीन बॉटम आउट और स्टिल बॉटम इज येट टू कम.